Gene, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside Rexall. It is the final meeting of the season between the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars. Let's meet the starting goaltenders. We'll start with Richard Bachman, facing the team that originally drafted him back in 2006. It's the first time in his career that he will face Dallas. For Bachman, it's his second start of the year. And 31-year-old Kari Lehtinen made 31 saves on Wednesday in Calgary. It was his 9th straight win on the road. That is a franchise record. 4-3 was the final in the shootout. The Oilers coming off a 4-3 victory against Colorado on Wednesday. The Oilers put a dent in the playoff hopes of Colorado, Drew. They're trying to do the same to Dallas tonight.
And a very different feel with the Dallas Stars versus the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado we think we're still in it. The Dallas Stars believe 100% they are still in this hunt.
If they run the table, they'll end up with 98 points. That may or may not be enough. And Todd Nelson knows that he'd like to get one win in this season series against Dallas. The last time these teams were here, they went to a shootout. It was a 6-5 final. That was way back on December the 21st. The two top lines for the teams get things going. Eberle, Nugent-Hopkins, and Pouliot. Eves, Ben, and Sagan. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Jordan Eberle get the puck out the center. Give away. Here is Pouliot moving in with Nugent-Hopkins. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins stands on the shot. Centered it out in front for Eberle. Scores! 33 seconds into the contest. The Oilers have a 1-0 lead.
Good support coming out of the zone, but Tyler Seguin's in perfect position on this play. Number 91. He's in good position, but he just gives it away. But watch after Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Look at all the Dallas Stars. What are they looking at? They're all looking at the puck. Nobody gets their hand on his dribble to find Jordan Eberle coming in late. Everybody's over pursuing the puck. They're too puck focused, and good pursuit and good stick with itness, if there's such a thing.
There is now.
By Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to pop that puck back out for Jordan Eberle.
For Jordan Eberle, his 22nd goal of the season and his 60th point of the year. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Benoit Pouliot get the assists. 33 seconds in, the Oilers have a 1-0 lead. Ritchie checks by Nikitin. Lets a shot go. Here is the former Edmonton Oilers, John Hortlock. With Ritchie and McKenzie. McKenzie plays it back to the point. Yuri Paka's shot is blocked, and away is Miller. Andrew Miller. And it's backtracked there by Goligoski. Yoki Paka can't get it by Anton Lander. Ritchie with it now on the near side. Brett Ritchie, first shot, handled easily by Bachman. He'll make a glove save. Let's take a look at the keys to the game. Brought to you by Ford, official automotive partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Protect the new guy. That's the guy in net, Richard Bachman. He's been a good soldier, as Todd Nelson has said. For the Edmonton Oilers, he wants his team to go out there and help him and protect him against a very high-scoring Dallas team. And Lindy Ruff talked about his team. He doesn't want to get into a trading chances game. Don't take plays for granted. He's got to work for everything. He wants a hard-working, strong game from his guys.
Team that is second in the league in goals scored per game at 3.08. So this one's a long way from over. Alex Hemsky had a couple of goals last night or in Wednesday in Calgary. He is with Jason Spezza.
Straight outside.
Centering pass for Spezza off the stick of Cody Eakin. Didn't work, but Eakin stays with it, puts it on the side of the net, and there's a sharp angle shot by Spezza, stopped by Bachman. Flipped high down the ice by Oscar Klefbom, and that is coming back on the icing. Well, we have our first winner in our score and win contest right away. So on behalf of Safeway and Kellogg's Cereal, Tamara Polo of Edmonton has won the Bulova Marine Star Watch. Congratulations to you, Tamara. As Jordan Eberle's now got 16 points in his last 10 games.
It's amazing to watch Jordan Eberle and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins right now. And Benoit Pouliot's a nice compliment to that line. That Benoit can dig pucks out. He can get pucks out. He's a big body that can go to the front of the net, so it's a nice little mix on that line right now.
They are all hot. The Klingberg shot is deflected by Roussel. Bachman made the save. Antoine Roussel keeps it in, and then he juggles it, and the puck will come down the ice. Klingberg plays it off the boards to Nemeth. Patrick Nemeth is his D partner. Long shot. Blocked before it could get through. Keith Foley is playing with Brandon Davidson, called up yesterday. Davidson in his 5th game in the NHL. Behind the net is Vern Fiddler. Fiddler hangs onto it, puts it right out in front. And Luke Gazdick prevented Antoine Roussel from getting a shot. Nemeth lost his stick just as he was making a change. And he makes his way into the bench now. Klingberg. First among rookie defensemen in assists and in points. He's got 27 assists, 37 points. Fraser back in the lineup. Matt Fraser missed 4 with a concussion. He is playing on that 4th line that is missing both Boyd Gordon and Matt Hendricks. Pouliot back to Nikitin. And we talked to Todd Nelson this morning about all those injuries, and he said, hey, when you're coaching the American Hockey League, if it isn't injuries, it's guys getting called out.
But you also have that bonus of having guys like Jordan Eberle still healthy, and now you look what Jordan Eberle's been able to do. Jordan Eberle is just on fire. This is his 349th game. As you mentioned, 16 points now in his last 10 games. When you look at Jordan Eberle, and I still go back to what he talked to us about, the fact that he has stopped worrying about making mistakes. He's able to park any mistakes or park any apprehension about making a mistake, just gone out there and played. He took the firing of Dallas Eakins personally. He thought it was a failure of the players. And now with Todd Nelson coming in, he's trying to make sure that his coach gets the support from one of his best players.
Second goal in 2 games for Eberle. Scored a goal in that game against Colorado. He's now got 2 goals in his career against the Dallas Stars. He's at 14. Yoki Baka. Goligoski. To Yoki Baka. Drop pass for McKenzie. Down low for Ritchie. Torkov parks himself out in front. Lefbaum watching him as the puck comes to Ricky behind the net. Trying to center it. Couldn't do it. Schultz avoids the check as he gets the puck to Pouliot. He gets hemmed in. Yoki Baka over to Goligoski. A one-time shot that goes wide.
Way to go.
And that puck is out of play.
Well, March is a very important month for teams that are trying to get to the playoffs and trying to stay in the playoff hunt or just try to finish off the year strong. And you look at the numbers of these players in March. Jordan Eberle, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins right there behind Yuri Hudler, who is just driving his Calgary Flame team forward. Andrei Kopitar with the LA Kings and Ryan O'Reilly still pushing for the Colorado Avalanche. And what they have done is they've made other guys on their team better. I mean, that's the other thing that you look at.
38 points in 14 games. Lindy Ruff knows he's got his work cut out for him if his team wants to make it to the postseason.
He talked about it today. He said, you know what, our goal out there is all we do is think about we're going to go out and try to win every single game. And he said what he really likes about his team right now is the fact that everybody's contributing. That's when he says you get really good, is when there's different characters every night that help you win.
4 straight wins for them on the road. Nikitin at the point. Cross ice. There's Marichin shot. The rebound is loose. And it was cleared away by Jason Demers. Puck is gloved ahead. That's why we've got a whistle. Dallas trailing the Winnipeg Jets, the wild card holder with 90 points.
And they're almost trailing the Oilers now by 2 as the Oilers win the draw. Just going to get it back to the point and then get it towards the net with traffic in front. Anton Lander doing a nice job. A little bit of trouble for Kari Lehtinen, but poked away at the last minute. Oh.
Spezza. Taylor Hall reaching for it. Stepped up on there by Jordy Ben. Demers plays it off the boards for Hemsky. Ales Hemsky down the right side, moving in against Nikitin. Trying to make a move around the Russian defenseman, and Nikitin would have none of it. Plays it right up the middle for Miller. Andrew Miller against Nemeth. Still got the shot away. Nemeth is a big dude. 6'3", 230 pounds. As the linesman goes down, Yakupov there to help him out.
Ales Hemsky is an incredibly talented player, as everybody knows. But he has a reluctance to shoot the puck, which everybody knows. Check out this move right here. How's it going? A little shim-shammy shake. But then he passes it up. He's in the lane. He's in the middle of the ice, and then he passes back to the wide side. I don't understand that. What a terrific player. And if you could only get this guy to understand to shoot the biscuit, holy mackerel.
2 goals in Calgary. He comes in on a 3-game point streak. Yakupov checked by Klingberg. Nemeth lays it off the boards. Roussel chops the puck out to center, and there is Nail Yakupov. Yakupov with 7 points in his last 8 games. Brandon Davidson wraps it around the board. Yakupov waiting for it. He is cut off there by Nemeth. He'll play it around for Sevier. Stepped up on by Davidson. Sevier. Long shot, big rebound. But it is cleared away by Davidson. Yakupov to Derek Roy. Derek Roy gains the blue line. Demers lost his stick, but the Oilers are making changes. So he'll be able to peel off. 14:30 left to go in the first period. The Oilers have got 4 shots. The Stars have 3. The Oilers have a 1-0 lead. Sagan puts it wide. Goes after it and gets a shot away that Bachman makes the save on.
He ever followed that up nicely.
Tyler Sagan, 8th in the league in scoring. He's got 33 on the season. Jason Demers gives it to Eaves. He was checked by Pouliot. Benoit Pouliot trying to get 3. Here comes Pouliot. Cutting for the net. Eberle got past Nugent Hopkins by him, and Ben plays it off the boards for Sagan. Sagan to Ben. Ben, toe drag, shot, and that one goes off the glass. Ben is 6th in the league in points. He shows you why. He's got 71 points on the year.
This is fun so far.
He's on a 4-game point streak. McKenzie brings it back in, gets by Schultz. Centering pass, bouncing puck, and it's picked up by Bachman before it could get to Ritchie. Rogers, Oilers hockey, right here on Sportsnet.
Welcome back. It's business tonight on the part of the Dallas Stars, but yesterday it was more pleasure as led by Sean Horkoff and company with some help from none other than Kevin Martin. The Dallas Stars decided to take their day off with coaches and the entire staff and spent it at the Staples Center curling, and I think Sean's a little Horkoff on the takeout. Actually, that's not bad.
Not bad?
Not bad at all. He did say he curled a little bit while in Edmonton, and continuing with the curling theme, the Stars hoping to sweep the season series with Edmonton tonight.
Lindy Ruff said the last time that they were here, he actually took the coaches out curling. He said they enjoyed it, so they had a leg up on the competition.
Play-o. Richard Bachman the save as he got the glove out on Cody Eakin.
That's a good stop early in the game for Richard Bachman. He's excited to get in, and the team was excited for him, want to see him have some success. Turnover at the blue line. Those are always tough, walking right down Broadway right there for the shot on net by Eakin. But well stopped, well played by Richard Bachman. He's a smaller goaltender, as you notice, but he's positionally very good. Dustin Schwartz, goalie coach of Edmonton Oilers, said he has to be good positionally because of his size.
His last start was March 8th in Carolina.
Ouch. That didn't go well.
6 goals on 34 shots. Lander. Nikitin, Lander, Nikitin, bend on it. The puck sits there and Lettman covers up. Nikitin with a venture into the offensive zone.
And a terrific play by Anton Lander. A little toe drag backhand pass, but just enough maybe of a disruption on the back check. Try to slide, take away the pass. The puck bounced just a little bit. You saw right there. Great shot of it, guys. The puck is just going to bounce a little bit on Nicky Nikitin. Just pops over his stick and onto his foot. Kari Lettman gets across. He had to go to the bench because he got a bunch of snow in his gloves, so he wanted to get that all dried out.
Rob Klinkhammer will take the draw. It has been a while since Rob Klinkhammer has lined up in the dot. You got to go back to junior. Against Vern Fiddler, and Fiddler wins that draw. Antoine Roussel chips it in. Takes a look. He's got Fiddler on the near side. Finds him in the corner. Lays it back to him. Roussel behind the net for Fiddler. The Edmonton native plays it right out in front. Instead, it comes to Gazdic. Short pass to Fraser, who is broken up and then kept in by Ben. Sevier cut off there by Schultz. Klinkhammer gets it to Fraser, and Fraser will backhand that puck down, and look at the curling skill there. Draw weight prevents an icing call. 6 shots for the Dallas Stars, 5 for the Oilers. Jordy Ben. Intercept by Yakupov. Nail Yakupov snaps the shot. Let them the save. Purcell was looking for the rebound. Nail Yakupov came into this game with 169 shots. You can add one there.
Well, puck management has not been strong so far for the Dallas Stars, and Nail Yakupov gets a dynamite chance off a Jordy Ben giveaway. Yakupov read it all the way, gets his stick down, and now he's just going to turn on the Jets, and Yak is thinking one thing, just to get the shot on. But a good recovery by Jordy Ben. Jordy can skate. And he's like his brother in that regard. They both have good wheels, and he covered very nicely to get the stick and just disrupt Nail Yakupov enough.
Both of them out there now as one Ben wins the draw and gets it to the other. Eves, Seguin, backhand. Oh, and he missed. Tyler Seguin comes close to tying the game. Seguin has enjoyed playing against the Edmonton Oilers. This is his 7th game. He comes in with 6 goals. Klingberg had it go off his stick and back down into Dallas territory. Both teams want to make changes. Patrick Nemeth. Sean Horkoff stopped in neutral ice. Pouliot and Nugent-Hopkins combining. Davidson spins. He's got Ritchie watching him. Keith Hawley plays it off the boards for Eberle. Eberle goes cross ice. That was intercepted by Brett Ritchie. Ritchie tips it in. Hawley will go back to get it. Play it around the boards. It comes to Pouliot. Gets by him. Goligoski hangs onto it. Still has it. Fires a shot. Then Bachman got the arm up. Goligoski again for the corner. Plays it out to Ritchie. His shot is stopped. Rebound for Horkoff. And that was blocked by Davidson. Pouliot trying to settle things down. Gets it to Keith Hawley. Keith Hawley works it out. Takes a hit. But plays the puck in as Yoki Paka threw the hip into it. Meekin. Checked by Hall. Hall causes the turnover. Hall's got it again. He got Miller out in front with a backhand attempt. Broken up by Goligoski. Andrew Miller with his first 2 points in the NHL. 2 assists in that game against Colorado. Needless to say, his parents were happy for him. Has the puck again out in front for Hall. Gets by him. Cody Eakin checked by Lander. And now Lander keeps it in for Hall. Taylor Hall plays it to the middle. Jordy Ben gets it to Spezza. Spezza quickly up to Eakin. Oscar Klefbom. He played over 26 minutes in that game against Colorado. Lettman plays it off the boards and gets the puck out to center, and that starts a rush that includes Spezza. Spezza. Drop pass. Shot by Demers. Steered aside. Jordy Ben to the middle. Spezza off the skate. This is Jamie Benn. Jamie Benn checked by Marincin. Marincin plays it along the boards. Kept in by Demers. Back at the point. Saget throws it towards the net, and there's Nikitin to break it up. Nikitin starts the rush. Nikitin across the blue line. Fires a wrist shot. Ends up in the corner. Yakupov waiting for it. Cut off there by Jordy Ben. Nicky Nikitin must be feeling a little bit better.
Yeah, he's jumping up. It's the second time.
Schultz gets it to Teddy Purcell. Justin Schultz, speaking of ice time, 25 minutes. The 16th time this season that Justin Schultz has played over 25 minutes in a game.
Oh.
And a collision at center ice. And Vern Fiddler getting up now. And Yakupov has some guys not happy with him. Klingberg trying to get at him.
Vern Fiddler's coming over now, too.
Yakupov pleading his case. The Stars are not buying.
I think it's incidental as far as the contact by Nail Yakupov. It's right at center ice, right at the dot. You're going to see it.
Nail Yakupov coming together with Vern Fiddler.
Welcome back. The ICC Cricket World Cup has reached its championship match tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific. It's the battle of the Tasman neighbors as Australia takes on New Zealand. The live HD telecast is available by visiting getcricket.ca.
No penalty on the play, and I think this is the right call. The referees see it's right at center ice. It's just 2 guys making contact incidentally. Yakupov doesn't see Vern Fiddler until the very end. Vern goes down because he really didn't see Nail Yakupov. Referees talked about it and said, all right, no penalty.
Yakupov thought he was getting a penalty. He actually went towards the penalty box. Was going to go in. Nope. You can leave. 9:01 to go in the first period. The Stars out shooting the Oilers 8-6, but the Oilers have the only goal. It's Jordan Eberle scoring 33 seconds in. It's his 22nd goal of the season. He trails Ryan Nugent-Hopkins by 1. Davidson, the pressure from Ritchie. Horkoff comes up with it. He'll get it to McKenzie. McKenzie tripped up, and this will be a penalty to Taylor Hall.
Yep. Taylor going to the box. We got to tell a story about Taylor Hall. So last game, Taylor Hall scored a goal. He's got now points in 3 straight games. You're going to see his penalty coming up here. And there has been talk about Taylor Hall and his character lately again. And when he was asked about the goal that he scored, he said, well, I think I showed really good character scoring that goal. Tongue in cheek, it was funny, but everybody in the press got it. Oh, that was a real clever answer from Taylor.
Right now he will sit, and Dallas's power play, which is ranked 3rd in the league on the road, goes to work. They were 1 for 7 in that game in Calgary. Spezza goes cross ice. Seguin, Ben, Ritchie up front, Klingberg on the blue line. Spezza will join him there as Ben lets a shot go. Bachman the save, the rebound. He's picked up and cleared down the ice by Anton Lander.
Good save and good collapse towards the net just to clear the puck out.
4 power play goals in their last 3 games for the Dallas Stars. 1 for 7 against the Oilers in the season series. Pouliot intercepts, moving in with Nugent-Hopkins shorthanded. Nugent-Hopkins going to the net. Opportunity lost as he just couldn't get the shot away. Seguin back the other way. Tyler Seguin. 11 power play goals on the season for number 91. Horkoff goes to the middle. Fiddler behind the net. Fiddler will give it back to Seguin. He's got Klingberg and Spezza up top. Klingberg being watched by Nugent-Hopkins to Spezza. Steps into a slap shot. That was blocked by Keith Ollie. Anton Lander picks it up, and he will send it down the ice.
Penalty kill has been a problem for the Edmonton Oilers, as you mentioned. Last 9 games, they've allowed 11 goals.
44 seconds left to go in this one. Horkoff has to go off his stick. Thank you very much, says Benoit Pouliot, and he will send it the length of the ice.
Dallas, they want to bring it up right through the middle, kick it to the outside, and get to their spots and run that very dangerous road power play.
Goligoski at the blue line, able to keep it in for Fiddler. With Horkoff, Hemsky, and Ben. This is Jordy Ben. Ben will give it to Hemsky. Alex Hemsky setting up on the half wall. Hemsky. Ben was slipping down as it comes to Goligoski. This is Hemsky. Hemsky, Van Donnet got it back again to the corner for Horkoff. Hemsky checked by Pouliot and knocked down by number 67. Penalty is over. Taylor Hall's out of the box. 1 shot for the Stars on that power play.
Trouble.
Horkoff with it now. Horkoff back to the point. Goligoski steps into a slap shot. Bachman the save, looking for the rebound. And the whistle goes as Horkoff puts the backhand in, but that's not going to count.
Referee lost sight of it. Thought that Richard Bachman had it frozen. This is an even up chance, no goal. You hear the whistle well before Sean Horkoff is able to pick that puck up and get it upstairs.
I wonder if that's a byproduct for Richard Bachman of not having played in a while, that he is fighting the rebound just a little bit to start here.
I think you're right. He hasn't faced a lot of that kind of... You practice, of course, controlling rebounds, but not that kind of traffic and heavy work in front.
Faced 10 shots so far. 6.5 minutes to go in the first period. Sevier works it back to the point. Yoki Paka. Roussel across to Nemeth. Nemeth pushes it behind the net. Intercepted there by Schultz. Takes a bump from Cody Eakin. Oscar Klefbom has room. They'll go cross ice for Nugent-Hopkins and trying to stay on side with Schultz. Wasn't able to.
Riding has evolved. The new Can-Am Spyder F3 from Martin Motorsports.
Why does Dallas believe they're still in the hunt? Because they are 9-2-0 since March 3rd. A lot of that coincides with Tyler Seguin coming back, but during the time that he was out, he missed the 10 games with the injury. Jamie Benn really started to drive his team and take that captaincy role and start leading to the point where everybody in Dallas is going, wow, this guy is real captain material.
Dallas loves to come out west, too. This is the second of a 3-game road trip through Western Canada. They have won their last 9 against Calgary, Vancouver, and Edmonton. When they have come out here, they'll be in Vancouver tomorrow night.
Vancouver, the last 3 opponents of the Edmonton Oilers, have to go back-to-back into Vancouver. It's a nice schedule for Vancouver. Trying to be in the hunt. Stay in the hunt.
Didn't work out last night.
No.
Colorado.
Well,
Willie
Desjardins said they just outskated us. Now you can't happen.
Puck-bomb shot is handled by Lettman. Rogers, Oilers hockey, right here on Sportsnet.
A couple of weeks ago in Pittsburgh, it was Jordan Eberle, and yesterday it was Taylor Hall that took over the Hometown Hockey Twitter account from home and on his laptop. He spent about an hour answering questions, and many of the questions you would expect from people when it comes to places that he likes to play, and of course Jerome McGinley, who was just in town a couple of nights ago, and facing him in his first National Hockey League game, and a little bit of fun with his longtime teammate, at one point roommate and line mate. 46 questions in all is what Taylor answered. Hometown Hockey Sunday in left.
Derek Roy. Pass intercepted by Cody Eakin. Eakin chips it in. That's a little payback for when Jordan Eberle was in charge of Hometown Hockey.
When Taylor started to chime in.
5:10 left to go in the first period. Nail Yakupov. Wide on Ben, centering pass. Goes off the Mers, ends up behind the net. Yakupov stays with it. Yakupov back to the point for Davidson. Davidson juggled it at the line. Hemsky took it away. Oilers get it back again as the stick is broken for Brandon Davidson. Derek Roy shot. What a save by Lettman. Marinchin's shot goes wide. Roy looking for the rebound from a sharp angle. Put it just wide. Marinchin with it again. Schultz steps into a one-time shot, and that is blocked. Here comes another one from Marinchin. That one goes wide. The rebound picked up by Ritchie.
This line generates chances, man.
Ritchie back the other way, trying to get by Schultz. Sweeps it away. Horkoff keeps it in. Ritchie to Horkoff. Horkoff from the corner. Lays it back to the point. Nemeth. Behind the net it goes. Schultz gets it to Lander. Anton Lander. Didn't see Ritchie there. Horkoff got it now. Horkoff centering pass went off the stick of Hall. Ritchie. Horkoff. The fourth line for the Stars, keeping the Oilers hemmed in. This is Klingberg moving to the middle. He'll let a wrist shot go. Blocked by Schultz. Got it to Hall. Taylor Hall. Down to Miller. Miller back to Hall, just out of his reach. And the puck went off of Nemeth's stick right on to Kari Lettman. Miller. He had McKenzie tying him up. Andrew Miller looking for his first NHL goal. Anton Lander back to the point. Keith Hawley, cross ice. Davidson hammers that shot, and it goes just wide. Well, that was Oscar Klefbom. And it is Klefbom who waits for that puck to come down. Klefbom will give it to Ollie. Ollie to Gazdic. Gazdic to the middle for Klinkhammer. Back the other way comes Antoine Roussel. Roussel, sharp angle shot, went off of Oscar Klefbom, ends up in the near corner. Now out in front for Sevier. Comes right to Fiddler. Back up top it goes. Yoki Paka through traffic. That's blocked. Here's an opportunity. And a howitzer from Goligoski. Fraser back the other way with Gazdic. Fraser snaps a shot, and that one misses the target. Klinkhammer keeps it in for Fraser. Matt Fraser tied up there by Yoki Paka. Gets it back to Davidson. Throws it towards the net. Off the stick of Sevier. In fact, it took it out of his hands. Klinkhammer with it now. Rob Klinkhammer back to Davidson. Here's a swing and a miss. Well, we talked about Bachman's nerves. I guess the same for Brandon Davidson trying to get his timing.
It's okay. You expect that. And again, that's, with Todd Nelson and the way he coaches, he talks about mistakes all the time. You're going to make them out there. The good ones, they're parking the mistake and they're moving on to the next thing.
Seguin cut off there by Nugent Hopkins. Nemeth keeps it in. Davidson with the puck now. Davidson. Jordan Eberle with just over 2 minutes to go in the period. Gives it to Davidson. He will fire that puck in, and that is one hot souvenir.
Protecting what matters most to you and your team. You are covered with the power of Insight, the official construction insurance broker of the Edmonton Oilers.
Talking to Derek Roy the other day, he was telling me that he just cannot believe how many chances his line is able to produce without burying. They get a great entry in the zone. That's your number one chance. Number two chance. Number three chance right there. the triple threat from Derek Roy, Neil Yakupov, and Teddy Purcell, and they're still trying to find a way to get one past Kari Lettman tonight. But boy, did they get some things going in the offensive zone.
Derek Roy's got 13 points in 13 career games against the Stars. Pouliot hits Klingberg as the puck comes around to the near side. Klepov keeps it in at the blue line. Eaves works it out to Seguin. Klepov stays with it. Seguin. Pass intercepted by Nugent-Hopkins. Pouliot goes behind the back, gets it to Nugent-Hopkins. He reverses for Eberle. Eberle drop pass for Pouliot. It was broken up by Seguin. Pouliot coming back against Hemsky. Schultz across the blue line. He is stopped. Cody Eakin works it out to center, and Teddy Purcell picks it up there. Move to get away from Spezza and get it back to Nicky Nikitin. Pass intended for Purcell goes too far. Hemsky throws it right back into the Oilers zone. Nikitin leaves it behind the net. Schultz plays it around the boards. Purcell gets it by Jason Demers. Roy with an outlet pass just out of the reach of Neil Yakupov by a few feet. Yak's fast, but he's not that fast.
Not that fast.
Jason Spezza. Toe drag against Marincin. Throws it towards the net. Missed. It comes all the way out and down into Dallas territory.
That's hard to do. Jason Spezza has one of the longest sticks in the league, and be able to definitely stick handle like that against competition. Pretty impressive skill level.
McKenzie against Marincin. Lays it out in front, but Andrew Miller is there to start back for the Oilers. Andrew Miller not too happy today that Boston University defeated his Yale team in the Frozen Four in overtime. So the Bulldogs are out. He won the championship in 2013 as captain of the Yale team. Goligoski throws it towards the net. Jokipaka turns, and that is blocked by Marincin. Marincin lost it to Ritchie. Right at the horn. The Oilers get a goal early, and that was all the offense. They get outshot, David Amber, by 3, but it is Jordan Eberle's 22nd goal, the difference right now.
Welcome back to Rexall Place as we get set for second period action. But first, this Sunday on the WWE Network, it's WWE WrestleMania at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Visit WWE.com/Canada to subscribe for only $11.99 per month. And I'm guessing during that WWE event, you'll see a few full Nelson, Truant. Yes.
Everybody's back. Lesnar's back. Sting's back. Triple H is back. The Undertaker's back. The Rock is back. Huge event. You can't miss that.
First period scoring summary is brought to you by Worley Parsons Ford. Visit WorleyParsonsFord.com to find your place on our construction team.
Is it wrong that I know all that?
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay. Jordan Eberle, 33 seconds into the game. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Benoit Pouliot assisting. The Stars outshoot the Oilers 10-7. The goal, not exactly a thing of beauty, but good effort. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins just has the puck slip off the stick. He fires it right back out in front as the Dallas Stars just keep looking at Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Nobody picks up number 14. Have they not seen the stats? 16 points in his last 9 games.
One thing the Oilers do need to clean up a little bit, and they are down their best faceoff man, is they kind of got schooled in the circle, and it was Jason Spezza leading the charge in the dot.
One thing that Todd Nelson was concerned about going into this game, and the pace of his team. Could they keep up with the very speedy Dallas Stars? So far in the first period, they did that. But the face-off is something he said he's really going to have to manage the bench on.
Brock Klinkhammer had just one draw in that period. In the offensive zone. Anton Lander against Sean Horkoff to start this second period. And from the face-off, picked up there by Schultz, lost it to Horkoff. McKenzie. He's got Ritchie driving the net. Ritchie to McKenzie, and that one hit the side of the post. Fred Ritchie, no points in his last 3 games. He and McKenzie both recalled on March the 2nd. Valerie Nichushkin is just getting back now. He'll be going down for a conditioning stint with the Dallas Stars. Horkoff, drop pass, Klingberg shot, missed the target. Wow. Antoine Roussel keeps it in for Horkoff. Horkoff behind the net. Schultz giving a bump. Klingberg. Blocked before it could get through by Hall, and diving is Lander to get it out to center. The Minnesota Wild defeated the Calgary Flames, so Minnesota's now got 93 points. Winnipeg has got 90. And the Dallas Stars know they're going to have to run the table to be able to have a chance.
Well, who did Minnesota start?
Minnesota now just one back of the Blackhawks in the battle for the Central Division. That puck gets deflected out of play. It ain't over yet. Try and pick who's going to make the playoffs, Drew. I dare you.
You don't have to dare me. I'll just do it.
All right, the Rangers are in.
The Rangers are definitely going to make it. Montreal is going to make it. I'm betting Pittsburgh makes it. I say LA gets it.
All right.
It's a very tough road trip coming up right now that the Calgary Flames are on in buildings that they haven't been that successful this year. It's going to be tough for them to keep going the way they are and make the playoffs while the LA Kings are playing so well. But the Kings have another road trip ahead of them too. That's a little difficult.
Goligoski keeps it in at the point for Tyler Seguin. And now this is Eber. Jamie Benn watching him as it comes to Nikitin. Played it right out of the middle. Benn on the intercept. Gave it to Klingberg. Back to Goligoski. Hammers a shot. Rebound. Benn put it wide.
Wow, there's 2, maybe even 3 wide open nets that the Stars missed.
Pouliot with Nugent Hopkins going to the front. And a good defensive play turned in there by the rookie, John Klingberg. Jamie Benn goes cross ice. Pouliot steals that. Quickly gets it up for Nugent Hopkins. He's checked by Jason Demers. Patrick Eaves takes a look, flips it for Ben. A bouncing puck comes down, but it's offside.
The captain, Jamie Benn, not very happy with himself because he had a wide open net and he was just going to tie this game up. A giveaway turns into a chance. How often does that happen? Almost every time. And it's bang, a backhand. An excellent effort when you see that second chance by Nikita Nikitin to block that. And there are the most points from the 07 draft. Boy, there's some pretty darn good players in that group, isn't there?
Jamie Benn comes in on a 4-game point streak that has produced 7 points.
Yeah. See where he's drafted? Drafted 129th. It tells you drafting, not an exact science. Man, oh man. This guy's got 2 gold medals.
Here's a giveaway. Teddy Purcell's shot. Stopped by Lettinen. Oilers stay on it. Derek Roy back to Keith Ollie. A wrist shot and a glove saved by Lettinen. Getting things settled down. He'll hang on.
Jamie Benn, he's got a gold medal from the World Championships, gold medal from the Olympics last year, and he's just their leader. He's been absolutely outstanding. He's drafted 129th. Shows you there's a long way or different paths to the NHL. Teddy Purcell intercept, and that's the area that the Dallas Stars were a little sloppy in the first period, is managing the puck, giving it away. Jordy Benn coughs it up, and Teddy Purcell tries to go 5-hole. Kari Lettinen, though, excellent goaltender, giving you that 5-hole and taking it away.
Miller, Hall, and Lender, the forward line now against Sean Horkoff's line. Miller in the circle against Horkoff, who wins the draw. Back to Patrick Nemeth. He was tied up by Lander. Yoki Paka off the stick of Horkoff to the middle for Ritchie. That gets broken up. Nemeth will play it to Ritchie. Stepping right up on him was Keith Ollie, and now another giveaway. Taylor Hall moving in. Hall shoots. Then he put that one high.
Had Lettinen go down. Wanted to go back the other side over his glove. Just misses the net.
Taylor Hall, his first goal since January 9th. That one he lit the lamp with against Colorado. Missed 20 games with that ankle problem. Taylor puts it out in front for Hall. Kept in by the Oilers. Now Nemeth will get it out. The pass for McKenzie out of his reach as both teams want to make a change. 12 shots for the Stars, 10 for the Oilers. Blinkhammer to Marincin. Speaking of goals, got his first NHL goal in that game against Colorado. Seguin brings it in with ease. Seguin, centering pass, comes back to the point. Blinkhammer winds, fires through traffic, and that one deflected wide. Klingberg can't keep it in. Blinkhammer does get it out. Yeah, it's fun when those guys are on the ice. Goligoski. Eaves moving in with Seguin and Benn. Eaves bounces it out in front, comes all the way back to Goligoski at the point. He'll go to the corner to Benn. Benn looking for Seguin, gets deflected away on a good defensive play by Matt Fraser.
Came right back down, collapsed into his own zone, took that excellent chance away from Tyler Seguin.
Cotswood Interiors, everything a furniture store should be. Inspiring selection, complimentary design service, and quality you can trust.
Another giveaway by the Dallas Stars. Taylor Hall jumps on it. He's in all by himself. Again, good recovery this time by Jyrki Jokipaka. And then as Taylor Hall cuts to one side, he tries to go back the other and just misses the net.
Patrick Eaves has gone to the Dallas dressing room. Not sure if it's an injury or an equipment problem. As Jordy Ben lets his shot go, Bachman makes the save.
I think you have to, if you're Todd Nelson, you look at this group and you're thinking to yourself, you know what, I like the pace that we're playing with. You gotta like the fact that your team's got the lead. You like the fact that your team's keeping up with a very speedy Dallas Stars.
And no doubt about it, your team is shorthanded.
Yes.
They lost 4 veterans in the course of 2 games.
It's interesting, though, when he talked to us today, when you asked him about that, he said, I just tell the guys, you got to play for each other. I was very used to this in the AHL, of losing guys at this time of year.
OKC Barons in a world of hurt right now, and that's literally, they've got some injury problems along with the call-ups. Pouliot brings it in. Pouliot, back up top it goes. Clefbaum steps into a shot, snapped his stick. The puck comes right to Nugent Hopkins. Clefbaum races over to the bench and gets a new cue just in time as the Stars break out. Ales Hemsky at the blue line. Clefbaum picks it up, circles the net. He'll start away. The Stars want to make a change. Clefbaum plays it for Pouliot, deflected, and it comes all the way down to Jason Demers. Quickly back it goes to Cody Eakin. Now right up the middle, Ritchie backhand, stopped by Bachman. Ritchie back to the point. It came right to Teddy Purcell instead. And to Nemeth. Shot in by Jokipaka. Bachman can't stop it. McKenzie waiting for it. Instead, it comes to Derek Roy, who turns in his own zone. Derek Roy flips it in. Teddy Purcell giving chase. Letkin will play it himself around the boards. Can't get it by Nail Yakupov. Purcell taking it to the boards hard there by Sean Horkov. Purcell's lost his stick. Ollie keeps it in to Yakupov for Derek Roy. Roy turning and broken up there by Ritchie. Roy back into his own zone. Flips that one where Marincina was or Davidson too far. McKenzie's back the other way. McKenzie right out in front, and there again is Ritchie at the side of the net. This time it goes over top of the cage, and a penalty coming. And Curtis McKenzie is going to the box as he hammered Nail Yakupov. And Yakupov just getting up now.
There is going to be a power play for the Edmonton Oilers.
Cross-checking will be the call against Curtis McKenzie.
A little flip happens, and Derek Roy jumps in. He couldn't jump in there. You've got to be able to support that play. That's why the 2-on-1 goes the other way, because Derek Roy is the last forward. He was the man who flips the puck, and then he follows it in, watching his defenseman on that side jump in as well. And there's the hit by Curtis McKenzie, who is a very physical guy, but that type of hit just away from the boards into the back, you're going to get called for that all the time.
Oilers get their first power play of this game, a power play that was 1-for-1 in the game against Colorado. It was Derek Roy getting the game winner, his 4th power play goal of the season. 1-for-3 are the Edmonton Oilers in the season series against Dallas. A power play that is a top 10 when it comes to the road. They've got 4 power play goals in 21 chances on this homestand. Teddy Purcell to Jordan Eberle, and that's offside.
The Oilers, as you just talked about, the Oilers power play has been excellent since the All-Star break. It's number 1, 25.6% clip that they're going at, although they've gone cold a little bit in the last few games, not nearly as high as they ever be. Todd Nelson talked about the power play, and everybody talks about the skill level, et cetera, et cetera. He says it's the winning the face-off, it's the hard work going after pucks and retaining pucks and reclaiming pucks and also getting the front of the net. All those coaches, they love that hard working goals, don't they?
It never stops. It's always hard work.
It's always you don't play hockey, you work hockey.
Dallas Stars are the 10th best penalty killers on the road. They've allowed 4 power play goals in their last 13 games. And another offside at the Dallas line.
Ugly entries into the zone will always kill you on a power play.
Take a look at the video board.
Ideally, you want to bring the puck up through the middle if you can, then try to kick it to the outside, but run this power play, the timing comes off because Jordan Eberle's coming across. And I think he wants to cut behind Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, but Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Jordan Eberle have a little bit of miscommunication. That won't last very long. They'll talk that out on the bench.
Eakin wins the draw. It's sent down, and Nikitin under pressure behind his own net. Nikitin. Taylor Hall. Derek Roy, Benoit Pouliot, Nail Yakupov. Lettinen's going to play it himself, finds an opening, and sends it the length of the ice.
4 guys across from the Dallas Stars. You will not be able to carry it in for a while. Why don't you just dump it in, get guys moving off the puck, make your decision to put the puck in deep early.
Derek Roy against Jordy Ben, and for the 3rd time on this power play, an offside.
So when you stack 4 across the line, you've got to make your decision by the time you hit the red line that you're going to pop it in behind the defense. That way you can have your forwards really going after it. You'll be able to recover the puck. You don't have to carry it in every time. Sometimes you got to back them off the line by putting the puck behind the defense.
49 seconds left to go. And the penalty to Curtis McKenzie. This time Vern Fiddler wins the draw. He'll get it back to Goligoski. Goligoski will force the Oilers back into their own zone. Fiddler on the attack. Nikitin gets it to Yakupov. Yakupov will lead the rush for the Oilers. Down to 33 seconds of power play time remaining. Yakupov across the line with speed. Hall plays it around the boards. Pouliot waiting for the near side. Trying to work it back, but Antoine Roussel and Goligoski combined to take it away from him. Hall with it now. Hall checked by Goligoski. Yakupov. Benoit Pouliot in front. Derek Roy lays it out in front, but Ben is there, and out of the penalty box is McKenzie. McKenzie by himself, banned on it. Curtis McKenzie on an opportunity out of the penalty box to tie this hockey game. Jamie Benn will bring it back in, and he gets leveled by Taylor Hall.
He doesn't like it. He's mad at him.
Has some words with Hall.
Nothing wrong with that hit.
They both grab each other as play continues. Still happening. Ben and Hall talking as Yoki Paka brings it in. He can't get the shot away. Broken up there. And back the other way. Nugent-Hopkins stopped by Lettinen. His best save. Wow. Pletbaum hammers a shot. Big rebound. Nugent-Hopkins, another opportunity. Deflected up into the netting.
Holy mackerel, we got a little bit of a hockey game here on Friday night. Fans loving it. Great chance by Derek McKenzie. Fans on it, just missed. And then after that, there's a little bit of an altercation between Jamie Benn and Taylor Hall. And then the breakaway happens because Taylor Hall's late getting to the bench, so Ryan Nugent-Hopkins hops out. Backhand, heck of a save by Kari Lettinen.
We'll take a break. Rogers Oilers hockey right here on the net.
Well, John Shannon talked that Taylor Hall will be joined forever at the hip with Tyler Seguin. How about joining at the hip right here with Jamie Benn and knocking him down? Jamie Benn took major league exception to that terrific hit, clean hockey hit by Taylor Hall.
Seguin, his shot, and look at the traffic for Bachman as Cody Eakin piles in. He still manages to make the save.
Just a straight drive to the net. Middle drive, outside drive. Cody Eakin holds up just enough, though. He doesn't want to get the interference just before that. He's got some opposition pushing him a little bit towards Richard Bachman, but I like Bachman hanging in there.
Nugent-Hopkins will line up against Cody Eakin. 11:20 left to go in the second period. Seguin at him. Play just disrupted enough by Benoit Pouliot. Forces Lettinen out of the box. His net to try and play it. He played it off the stanchion.
Almost played off John Klingberg's face. Kari Lettinen is a very good puck mover. As a goaltender, he gets out. He's a big, strong guy, and he can fire it hard. And he's coming back here. He's got no choice. Benoit Pouliot's after him, so he drills it off the glass and almost hits the young D-man in the head. There he is on the road. Last 9 games. club record, 9 wins. Look at his save percentage and goals against average. Man, oh man, you got to be playing with some kind of confidence in front of him when you know your goaltender can do what he's doing right now.
Came in 6th in wins at 33.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. When you look, see, this is the one thing. When you look at the Dallas Stars, they didn't get some traction early. Colorado didn't get traction early. The Sharks have been up and down. LA's been, in and out. That's why I think you've got to go to a wild card type playoff like the Major League Baseball. If you had those 4 teams involved in the playoff, or like one game to make it to the playoffs, wouldn't that be great?
I'd like it.
I would.
You and I could do the game.
Exactly. Well, you would hope.
You came up with the idea. You get to do it.
Oh, is that right?
That's the
A
rule.
lot of good ideas.
Hemsky tips it in. Around the boards it goes. Spezza cuts it off. Jason Spezza. Back to Jordy Ben. Across to Demers. Jason Demers. Ales Hemsky back to Ben. Ben throws it towards the net. That one goes wide. Hemsky going after it. Picks it up on the near side. He'll play it to the middle. Demers steps into a slap shot. Pad save by Bachman. All kinds of traffic provided by Jason Spezza.
Okay.
Teddy Persland. Moving in with Nail Yakupov. Persland lets the shot go. Letting the save. The rebound picked up by Hemsky. Oilers make a change. The Lander line out there now with Miller and Hall. 16 shots for the Stars. 13 for the Oilers. McKenzie fires that puck wide. Lander going after it against Workoff. Gets it to Hall. Hall given a hit there by Yoki Baka. Patrick Nemeth circles his own neck. He has got Miller right on him. Nemeth across the blue line. Goes wide on all. He throws it towards the net. Stick save by Bachman. It's Workoff. Trying to keep it in against Hall. Can't do it. Fired in by Nemeth. Bachman leaves it behind the net for Davidson. He'll reverse and Miller picks it up. Andrew Miller sees an opening to take it himself. Miller to Hall. Hall chips it in. Lander giving chase. Antoine Roussel gets there first. Sends it around the boards. Colton Sevier waiting for it. Sevier to the middle. Colton Sevier off his own skate. Schultz gets knocked down. Vern Fiddler trying to get away from Matt Fraser. 8:50 left to go in the second period. Gazdic. Nice backhand pass to Fraser. Fraser lets the shot go. Let them the save. He looked behind him briefly.
Here we go.
As Fraser crashed the net, Antoine Roussel dropped his glove.
His skate, Matt Fraser's skate, made contact with the right pad of Kari Lehtonen just after Matt Fraser shot the puck. He was driving towards the net, and the Dallas Stars took exception. Matt Fraser wasn't backing up. Hard shot, then get to the net.
There's the rebound. He looked, but he's got it.
Welcome back. This game getting a little feisty between the Stars and the Oilers, and it probably won't be as memorable as the Colorado one was for Martin Marincin, who had scored a goal in the shootout to win it, in fact, against the Boston Bruins, but he never had scored a true National Hockey League goal. But Andrew Miller picked up his first assist and point on that goal, so they split the puck in half so each of them could have part of the puck in honor of them getting first. But the true story is that was not the real puck that Martin Marincin scored with. They saved the real puck for Martin because they're honoring him for getting his first National Hockey League goal. So for Andrew, it's not quite Miller time.
He got 2 helpers on that game. Roussel and Fraser each get 2 for roughing. So we'll play 4-on-4 now. Jamie Benn out there with Tyler Seguin. Nugent Hopkins and Everett are up front for the Oilers. This is Clefbaum back into his own zone. He is with Justin Schultz. Schultz goes cross ice, then he finds Nugent Hopkins. Ryan Nugent Hopkins chips it in against John Klingberg. Coming over, Goligoski. Goligoski gets tripped up by Nugent Hopkins. And the Stars get the power play.
Surf your fave wave with the new Mastercraft X20. Let the Gen 2 surf system custom sculpt your perfect wave. Available at Martin Motorsports.
And at this time, we'd like to remind you that Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's hockey game is Kellogg's cereal.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins going into the penalty box. The nice low camera angle work. Stick gets in the legs. Down goes Goligoski. Alex Goligoski, who is logging a lot of minutes. So he's got 151 blocks as well. Another 25-plus point season.
Second power play for the Stars. 4-on-3 for the next minute and 11 seconds. Tyler Seguin to John Klingberg. Klingberg gives it back to him. Seguin has got Spezza in front. The captain, Ben, plays it back to Klingberg. Klingberg down low for Seguin. Stopped by Marincin. Spezza picks it up. He'll play it back to Seguin. Seguin walks in, fires a shot, and there is Bachman to make the save.
Very slow and methodical, aren't they? With John Klingberg up top. Spezza's going to be in the middle, and Jamie Ben's the distributor over the left side. The guy they want to get the puck to is his man you see moving, which is Tyler Seguin. He's got that one-timer. He's ready to go here. But he doesn't get that in his wheelhouse. He just wants to kind of chip it towards the net and let Jason Spezza try to do something to it when the puck gets to the front.
Stars do not have a 4-on-3 goal this season. Neither do the Oilers, for that matter. As Cliffbaum out there with Marincin and Lander. Seguin stops inside the blue line, drops it back for Spezza. Spezza over to Klingberg. Klingberg lets the shot go off the glove of Richard Bachman. Jamie Benn back to Klingberg. He's back at the blue line. Klingberg delivers to Seguin. Seguin throws it towards the net. And Bachman reaches out and covers.
Tyler Seguin didn't get the shot that he wanted there. Richard Bachman not feeling a heck of a lot of pressure or high-level chances, grade A chances on this 4-on-3 power play for the Stars. A little bit of switch up at the top. Klingberg's going to roll down to the bottom. That's a good save. Good position by Richard Bachman, and Tyler Seguin doesn't get much of this. It kind of flops on him a little bit. But still, you got to try to fight your way past your own guys to find that puck, and Richard does a nice job there.
Lander against Spezza. From the draw, controlled by the Stars, it comes back to Seguin. Seguin hangs onto it, gets it to Klingberg, but it was broken up by Lander.
Good stick by Anton Lander. Good pressure here.
Spezza. He will bring it in, drop pass, and there is Anton Lander again. Out of the penalty box is Fraser. 5-on-4 now for the next 38 seconds. 3 shots for the Dallas Stars so far with the man advantage. Klingberg to Fiddler. Vern Fiddler going wide against Ollie. Horkoff in there as well. Pouliot digging for that loose puck. It does come free, and it's Nikitin who starts away, and he will backhand that puck down the ice. Teddy Purcell in pursuit of Alex Goligoski. Takes him into the boards. Slows things down for Vern Fiddler. Fiddler stopped by Pouliot. Purcell without his stick gets it back again. The order's changing anyway. They get Hall and Roy out there as the penalty to Nugent-Hopkins winds down. Great penalty kill for the Oilers.
Really good. Key. Critical penalty kill. The 4-on-3 is tough to defend.
3 shots total. Here's a giveaway. Cody Eakin trying to take advantage of it. Back to Goligoski at the point. Ritchie down the middle to Eakin. Fires this shot, and that gets deflected by Ollie Wide. Picked up by Hall on the far side. Takes a bump there from Ritchie. Goligoski now. Ritchie. Goligoski in the middle. There's a shot up high into the glove of Richard Bachman. Rogers Oilers hockey from Rexall right here on Sportsnet.
Jamie Benn has been a factor in tonight's game. He is among the top 10 scorers in the National Hockey League. That's not his only top 10 list, as he is one of the 10 most eligible men in Dallas. The D magazine that was put out earlier this year with some great photos of Jamie Benn. He is still single, for those of you that are interested. And when it comes to dating, the article has been very Ben efficient.
Those are glamour shots, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Wow.
Got a lot of product in the hair there. I'm being just totally jealous, that's all.
I was going to say, how do you know?
I know product when I see it. I'm just jealous. A bitter old man, that's all.
5:12 left to go in the second period. Derek Roy just inside the blue line, plays it to the corner. Hall behind the net for Yakupov. Gets the puck back again. Hall in a battle with Yoki Paka.
You got time.
Patrick Nemeth hears that he's got time. Takes it, gives it to Horkoff. Horkoff to Ritchie. Ritchie to McKenzie. McKenzie waits, lets the shot go, and Bachman got a piece of that.
That's a very good save on a tough shot.
Klingberg can't keep it in. Derek Roy moving in with Pouliot. Pouliot one-timer and coming over making a pad save is Kari Lehtinen.
He has made 2 unbelievable saves today. That's why he's 9-0 on the road in this last little stretch. Wow.
7th odd man rush for the Edmonton Oilers. Ben jumps on a loose puck. Ben back to the point. Goligoski throws it towards the net. Off the stick of Cody Eakin. Eakin plays it back to the point. Jamie Benn pass for Goligoski. Alex Goligoski deep in the corner. Back to Ben. Ben fakes the shot side of the net. Eakin hammers that shot. Doesn't make it through. Left bomb on Cody Eakin. Pressure now from the Stars, but Eberle's got an outlet pass to Benoit Pouliot. Benoit Pouliot, 16 goals, a career high. He came oh so close to adding to that total. But as mentioned, Kari Lehtinen has been huge here, making 14 saves so far.
Well, good work by the Oilers up in the neutral zone. That generates this chance. And Alex Goligoski gets a little bit of that puck on the pass across. Nice pass across, bit of a knockdown, but still, that's well struck by Benoit Pouliot and well protected and kept out of the net by Kari Lehtinen. What a save.
21 shots for the Stars. 15 shots for the Oilers.
The 7 outman chances, or those outnumbered chances, are the key stat.
Andrew Miller gains the zone, plays the puck to the corner. Spezza there ahead of Anton Lander. Maritzu trying to keep it in. Now to the other side, Miller quickly on it. Ahead of Jason Demers. He'll play it back to the point. Keaton. Right, quick shot there by Miller, stopped. Hall for Lander. Behind the net for Miller. He is checked by Jordy Benn. Jordy Benn goes right up the middle for Jason Spezza with Alish Hemsky. Hemsky. He stops the shot. Oh, what a save by Richard Bachman. He comes across and keeps it a 1-0 game with his 22nd save of the contest.
This is a save that Richard Bachman makes 100 times a day in practice. These types of saves. He works with Dustin Schwartz and Ben Scrivens on this type of play. A shot or a pass from one end and having to push from one end of the net to the other, one side of the net to the other. That's well done by Richard Bachman. A terrific save. Why? Because he put the work in practice to be able to make that one in a game.
Klinkhammer against Fiddler. Scramble draw. Back to the point it comes. Nemeth moves his way in. Nemeth centers it, and the Oilers start back. Fiddler broke that up, and Antoine Roussel is offside at the Oiler line.
Well, you talked to Dustin Schwartz about Richard Bachman, and what he tells you about is that he's a fighter. He battles. He works hard in practice. Reads the game very well. Exceptional in his positioning because he has to be because of the size of him. And I really like what Todd Nelson said about Richard Bachman today. He's been a good soldier. Talk to the team. Say, hey, let's go out and help him out tonight.
32 games played with the Dallas Stars. 14-10-1 the record. He's trying to win his first game as an Edmonton Oiler. Shot blocked by Keith Ollie. Picked up by Sevier. Back to the point. Nemeth will give it to Sevier. Throws it towards the net. Another block turned in by number 22. Fraser plays it off the boards. Can't get it out. Roussel and Sevier keeping it in. Rob Klinkhammer with Gazdic and Fraser. Fraser gets to it first. One-handed shot. Klinkhammer behind the net. Klinkhammer walks out. Lets the shot go up high, and he missed. Back to the point. Left bomb over to Schultz. Justin Schultz lays it to Fraser. Back to Clefbaum. Clefbaum towards the net. Blocked up there by Yoki Paka. Picked up by Sevier. Jamie Benn works his way slowly to the red line. Now he'll flip it in, give chase. Benn will get there first as the Dallas Stars make changes. Klingberg calling for it. Benn circles. He's got Sagan in front of the net. Eakin lets the shot go, deflected wide. Clefbaum picks it up under pressure from Benn. Sagan back to Eakin. By him to Goligoski. Goligoski with a wrist shot. That's wide. Eakin with a shot. Benn on it. Trying to get it back again. Sagan back to Goligoski. Goligoski with a wrist shot this time. That was blocked. Tyler Sagan with it now. Nice little play there by Derek Roy to take it away from him. And the Oilers start out Purcell and Yakupov. Teddy Purcell back to Nail Yakupov. Yakupov still has it. Yakupov dancing at the blue line. Here's Nail Yakupov. He gets stopped. Sagan to Cody Eakin. He's got Eves driving from the front of the net. Yakupov starts back the other way. A little pond hockey here at Rexall. Purcell stopped at the blue line. He's going to have to wait for his mate to clear. Can't do it. And it's an offside.
Introducing the new BF Goodrich KO2 tire. BF Goodrich. Take control.
Lindy Ruff looking up at the board, checking out how much time he has left. Trying to get his team tied here. I think Lindy Ruff talking about his team today. Very confident about the way that they're playing because he likes that everybody's getting involved, but he can't be happy with their puck management today and the fact they've given up 7 odd man attacks.
Lindy Ruff with 646 wins in his career. 76 of them have come with Dallas.
Todd Nelson talked about every time he goes up against a guy like Lindy Ruff in the NHL, he learns a little something.
44 seconds left to go in the period as Ales Hemsky will let a shot go. Bachman the save, no rebound. And we talked about Bachman in the first period, maybe a little bit jittery. He was letting rebounds out. A different story in the second.
Breathing, relaxed. Now he's got the puck hit him 23 times so far, so he's happy about that. So he's starting to feel a little bit more confident. And he has controlled the puck very well. There's a perfect example of it. Finds the puck. Good position, very efficient, not a lot of movement. Set before the shot, makes a nice save, and wraps up that rebound.
They're keeping around the boards for Eberle. Can't get it by Jason Spezza.
It is amazing how many guys are throwing the puck to the middle. Isn't it in this game? It's mind-boggling.
It's spoken like a coach.
Just toss it off the boards, guys. How hard is that to understand that the middle is probably going to be occupied?
Jason Demers. He'll fire it in, down to 12 seconds to go in the period. McKee. The Pouliot, he will use the boards. Get the puck down the ice.
Oh, it's amazing.
Lander puts it in. The Oilers able to get the shot. 23 shots for the Dallas Stars. Richard Bachman playing his old team. So far, so good, David Amber. 40 minutes in the books here at Rexall Place, the Stars and the Oilers. As we take a look at the scoring summaries brought to you by Worley Parsons Cord. Visit WorleyParsonsCord.com to find your place on our construction team.
How did we get to 1-0? Just 33 seconds into the game. Jordan Eberle scored from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Benoit Pouliot. Stars 10-7 in shots. Second period, no scoring. That's why it's still 1-0. That's how I do that math. Face-off, something the Oilers were worried about getting smoked in that department. Block shots, though. Oilers doing an outstanding job. Hits are fairly close and even, and the shots still in the Stars' favor.
Dallas attempted 58 shots in the first 2 periods. For Edmonton, it was 26. The Oilers trying to win their 15th game of the season when leading after 2 periods. And trying to win their first against Dallas this year. Goligoski will give it to Klingberg. Cody Eakin lost it to Klefbom. His shot blocked by Jamie Benn into the corner. Nugent-Hopkins is there to give it to Eberle. John Klingberg takes a hit from Pouliot as he sends it around the board. Schultz lynching, but the puck comes down into Oiler territory. Klefbom sweeping over and gets a stick on it. Here is Pouliot back the other way. Benoit Pouliot will just dump it into the corner as the Oilers want to make a change. They'll get Derek Roy's line out there now. Teddy Purcell and Nail Yakupov join him. Ales Hemsky across the blue line. Hemsky, his shot, and that caught Nikitin, and then he hit him again. Nicky Nikitin in trouble, and he is going to hobble over to the bench now.
It's a pat on the head from a couple of his teammates.
Missed 21 with that shoulder injury. Team gets it to Spezza. His shot goes right through the blue paint. Then it throws it towards the cage, and it was locked up there by Brandon Davidson.
He had the ankle injury in training camp in preseason action. He has been banged up this year. He hasn't ever been able to really get any traction on the ice and try to push his game forward.
Played just his 39th game of the season. Hawley has it go by him. Davidson gets it to Hall. Hall Sees Demers step up on him. Ollie will try the other side. He'll backhand this one down the ice. And this one is going to come back on the icing.
Keaton still trying to work out the pain that he's feeling right now in his foot. Why? Because he blocked a shot, and again, it hits you in that spot where you don't have much protection. It hits you right in the inside. And he actually on the double up, he got hit the pass coming across, the attempted pass anyway by Alex Hemsky. Well, you need to keep all your defensemen in the lineup right now if you can. And Todd Nelson does not want to see another guy in the deep corner go out.
14 minutes for Nikitin through 40 minutes. Of course, Mark Fain and the captain Andrew Ferentz out of the lineup. Davidson called up, and now he has the task of trying to slow down Jamie Benn. Keith Ollie stopped by Spezza. Will try the other side. Andrew Miller waiting for it. Klingberg on him right away. And now Anton Lander. Pass for Hall. Goligoski slipping. Here comes Hall. Fanned on the shot. He had Cody Eakin right on him.
The fourth fan on a close-in chance in that end of the ice tonight.
Sagan back the other way. Dishes off to Eakin to the middle for Ben. Can't get the shot away. The Oilers will go back. With Jordan Eberle to Nugent Hopkins. Across the line. This is Eberle. In deep, backhand pass out front for Pouliot. Cleared by Ben, and right up the middle is Ales Hemsky. Here comes Ales Hemsky by himself. Hemsky stopped by Bachman. 24 shots for the Dallas Stars. 24 saves for Richard Bachman. Hemsky going after it again. Bachman gets there first around the boards for Pouliot. Pouliot flips that puck to center. Ben fires it right back in. Hemsky behind the net. Hemsky works his way out in front. Spezza there as well. Demers keeps it in at the blue line. Demers pass for Jordy Ben, and that one is going to create an offside because Spezza's in deep. Richard Bachman's first start since March the 8th. His first start against the team that drafted him in 2006. Ritchie gets by Nikitin, who's back on the ice. Ritchie lays it around the boards. McKenzie waiting for it. He'll play it back near side. Yoki Paka in deep. Korkov to the middle it goes, and Teddy Purcell is there to intercept it. Purcell to Yakupov. Yakupov takes a hit from Nemeth. It must outweigh him by about 40 pounds. Korkov. Harassed there by Teddy Purcell. Intercept by Nikitin. Derek Roy flips it right on to Kari Lettman. Lets it go for Nemeth. He had Fraser right on him. Fraser got spun around before he can get to the puck. Davidson keeps it in at the point. Throws it off the end boards. Skapczyk in a great battle with Nemeth, and then he throws a hit just for good measure.
Well, we've had some back and forth hockey so far tonight. It's been fun to watch. Taylor Hall gets a dynamite chance. Alex Goligoski slips up a little bit. Taylor Hall takes advantage, but unfortunately fans on the shot. Maybe that little help from Alex Goligoski. This last little tap right there maybe threw him off a little bit, and then Alex Hemsky stretches out of the zone. Puck gets partially deflected, but Alex Hemsky is on his way for a breakaway. Good back pressure by Justin Schultz, but a super save by Richard Bachman, being very patient.
Alex Hemsky does not have a goal against his former team. Fraser brings it in with Gazdic, lets a shot go, and it whistles high over top of the net. Davidson will give it to Olin. Tipped in by Fraser. Lettman plays it himself around the boards. Picked up by Roussel. He's got Sevier with him. Sevier checked by Klefbom, separated from the puck, but Roussel comes right back on him. Antoine Roussel from the corner. All the way back to the blue line. One-timer from Klingberg, and that was blocked by Luke Gazdic. Schultz, 20 blocks for the Edmonton Oilers. Ben keeps it in. Eakin lets the shot go, and he just missed. Klefbom pushing it, can't get it by Jamie Benn. Pass for Sagan in his skates. And now Klefbom stopped by Goligoski to keep trying to get it out. Ben drop pass, Klingberg, side of the net. He was looking for Sagan, who was in deep and went off his skate. All kinds of pressure now by the Stars. Klinkhammer does get the puck out, and the Oilers get a much-needed change. But only Taylor Hall comes back on as Klingberg brings it in. Klingberg. Shot stopped. Sagan let it go. Klingberg cross ice for Ben and is broken up neatly there by Nail Yakupov. As that puck gets deflected out, that was Justin Schultz who got it.
Well, when you look at the Edmonton Oilers right now, under a little bit of siege, under a little bit of pressure from the Dallas Stars, which you fully expect. If you're the coaching staff right now, you're trying to calm the guys down a little bit, remind them you want to be quick out of your zone, but you don't want to get out of your zone before the puck. You want to make sure you come back. Those little 5-foot passes will help beat that pressure by the Stars.
Anton Lander against Jason Spezza from the draw, won by Spezza and Keaton. He'll play it around the boards for Eberle.
Over there. That's what you got to do. You got to come underneath that play, not over top of that play.
Keaton with it now. Backhand to Lander. Lander to the corner. Eberle will get on it first. Jordan Eberle lays it to the middle. Hemsky will give it instead to Eves. He's got Spezza with him. And Spezza a little bit anxious, and he's offside. Rogers, Oilers hockey, right here on Sportsnet.
Welcome back, Vernon Fiddler and the Dallas Stars in a playoff chase. He hopes his summer is a long ways away, and it'll be hard to compare to the summer he had last year as he went to go see George Strait on June 7th at AT&T Stadium. It was George Strait's last concert, and Vernon Fiddler ended up with his hat. Strait threw it out in the crowd. It bounced around a bit and just landed in Vernon's lap. Of course, after that kind of night, you know what he did. He went straight home.
And you know what I like about Vern Fiddler? Undrafted player. Guess what? Tonight's his 729th game in the National Hockey League.
One of my favorite hockey players in the NHL because he sells out every shift. He's honest. He's earnest. He goes after it. He's a workaholic on the ice. He's one of the best guys to be around.
13:30 left to go in regulation time. The Oilers with a 1-0 lead that they got from Jordan Eberle 33 seconds into the game. 24 shots for the Stars, 17 for the Oilers. Jamie Benn with Tyler Seguin. Seguin, wrist shot. And the Keaton got a stick in there, and the puck goes over top of the net.
Make a quick change here.
Goligoski back into his own zone, up the middle. Cody Eakin pitches off to Jamie Benn. Roy without his stick. Yakupov broke up that pass. Goligoski sees Yakupov kick it ahead. Teddy Burchell almost got loose, but Klingberg broke it up. Jamie Benn lays it around the boards. Cody Eakin waits for it there, gives it back to Benn, stolen by Yakupov. Derek Roy behind the net, feeds it out in front. Klingberg cleared it away, and he will start back for Dallas. Klingberg waits as the Stars make changes. The Oilers do as well. Miller, Lander, and Hall up front with Schultz and Klingbaum. Left bomb as the puck comes to Ritchie. It's knocked over his stick. McKenzie trying to keep it in on the near side. Ritchie throws it towards the net. It hit Horkoff. Sean Horkoff still has it. Plays it all the way back. Demers with a wrist shot, and that one missed on the stick side. Jordy Benn to the middle for Horkoff. Horkoff and Hall tie up. Miller trying to get free. Gets knocked down. Jordy Benn went down as well as Horkoff keeps it in on the near side. Checked by Clefbaum. The puck comes out. Lander racing after it against McKenzie. McKenzie gets there first. Jordy Benn will give it to his partner, Jason Demers. Demers goes cross ice. Picked up there by Ritchie. He'll just flip that puck in. Spezza. Along with Patrick Eves and Alish Hemsky. Nugent Hopkins to Pouliot. Pouliot to Nugent Hopkins. Moving in with Eberle. Jordan Eberle gets it to settle down. Eberle back to the point it comes. Keith Hawley towards the net. Deflected high. Spezza on the far side. He will start away for the Stars. Here comes Jason Spezza. Dishes off for Yoki Paka. Back the other way. Pouliot with Eberle. Eberle drop pass for Pouliot. Pouliot throws it towards the net. Lettman makes the save, and he's going to hang on.
Edmonton International Airport. We'll move you.
There's Patrick Nemeth. You see that throat protector he's got right there. That's made out of Kevlar. He just sported it, coming back from a terrible injury where he had a huge laceration, very deep cut on his arm. severed some of the nerves, lost some feeling in his fingers, had to learn how to work his hand again, and he's almost now Kevlar from head to toe. Socks, his support jock, everything except his jersey, or his t-shirt, where ironically he was cut.
He was the hero last year for the Texas Stars. He scored the game-winning goal in the Calder Cup.
And you wonder why more guys don't wear that. It's light. Patrick says it's light. It doesn't bother him. He's able to breathe, yet it's going to protect. When you think about some of those gruesome injuries we've seen, boy, you think that more kids would keep wearing it once they got to the NHL. Patrick said everybody in Sweden uses them. Well, when you talk about that Calder Cup winning team in Texas, coached by Willie Desjardins, Jim Nill, general manager here, comes from the Detroit organization. They've got 4 guys in their lineup tonight that won the Calder Trophy last year in the AHL.
Derek Roy steps into a slap shot, pad save by Kari Lehtinen. Sagan off the skate of Roy back into Dallas territory. Goligoski takes a hit from Yakupov. Klingberg in a battle with Purcell. Yakupov centering pass. Derek Roy scores! Derek Roy! Second goal in 2 games. It's 2-0 Edmonton.
We talked earlier, this line creates scoring chances. They create scoring chances from a lot of hard work, being relentless after the puck. Force the play to go behind the net, and that's just outworking and outmuscling a man down low. Good support, throw it out front, get a lucky bounce as it pops off of Alex Goligoski right to Derek Roy, who after the play on the boards, what's he doing? He's heading towards the net. Yakupov tosses it out there. Derek Roy just was Johnny on the spot. But the Oilers on that forecheck, they pressure, force a bad play, they take away the boards, and then they just get it to the front and then get it to the net.
Yakupov and Purcell get the assists at 9:24 of the third period. Derek Roy, 12 goals on the season. 11 of them have come as a member of the Edmonton Oilers. And our next score and win winner, courtesy of Safeway and Kellogg's Cereal, is Amber Grant of Fort Saskatchewan, who's won the Blu-ray prize pack from E1. Congratulations, Amber. And congratulations to Derek Roy, as he's got 7 points in his last 8 games. Now the Oilers have some insurance. Jokipaka waits, throws it towards the net. McKenzie trying to jam it home. The puck sits at the side of the cage. McKenzie gets it free back to Jokipaka. He'll go cross ice for Nemeth. Nemeth drops it back. He's in a battle with Andrew Miller. Taylor Hall comes up with him. Taylor Hall. Feed for Lander. Stuffed by Jokipaka. Brought in by Ritchie. Ritchie waits. Toe drag. Shot blocked by Brandon Davidson. Ritchie though gets it back again. Ritchie now throws a wrist shot that hit his teammate Curtis McKenzie. Hall picks it up at his own blue line. End of the shift for those guys, so he'll just throw that puck in and peel off. 9:40 left to go here in the third period. 25 shots for the Stars, but now 20 for the Oilers. They got outshot 13-9 in that second period. And a hooking call coming. Derek Roy, half a dozen goals on the season. The Stars with a power play when we come back.
Benoit Pouliot in the penalty box on the part of the Edmonton Oilers gives us a chance to tell you about Hockey Night in Canada. There's 4 games taking place tomorrow night. It all begins at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Mountain, with Hockey Central on CBC. Then at 7 Eastern, 5 Mountain, Ottawa visits Toronto, also on CBC. At the same time, Florida meets Montreal on City at 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain. An important Western Conference matchup for playoff positioning. LA is in Minnesota on Sportsnet. And it all wraps up at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern, when Dallas meets Vancouver on the West Coast. Visit sportsnet.ca/schedule for details.
Dallas on their third power play of the game. Ben, centering pass, picked off by Lander. He and Teddy Purcell up front to start this penalty kill. Oscar Klefbom, along with Martin Maurichet. Dallas, 4 power play shots so far. Singh to the corner goes, plays it around the boards. Ritchie waiting for it there. Ritchie back to the point. Spezza plays it behind the net. The captain lets it go. Singh will give it to Ben. Ben Gave it away to Nugent Hopkins, who calmly sends that puck down the ice. And the Oilers will change their penalty killers. Derek Roy and Anton Lander are out there now with Ollie and Brandon Davidson. Spezza delivers to Sagan. Gets it back again. He's got Fiddler going to the front of the net. Spezza tied up there by Davidson. Roy plays it off the boards. Can't get it by Klingberg. Sagan can't handle that pass. Ollie. Nifty play off the boards and out. Anton Lander hustling against the rookie Klingberg. Power play down to 40 seconds. Vern Fiddler with Alex Hemsky. This is Alex Goligoski. He'll dish it off to Horkoff, but it's offside.
Alex Goligoski questioning that a little bit. There's Sean Horkoff, former Edmonton Oiler boy. That big goal he scored in 06 against the San Jose Sharks. He went quadruple overtime. Going to change the fortunes of the Edmonton Oilers that year. He and Alex Hemsky, here are their numbers with the Edmonton Oilers. Two real good guys, two real good players. Look at the points. Wow. Those are two pretty darn good alumni players.
Both out there now with Vern Fiddler. Goligoski and Demers. 23 seconds to go with a penalty to Benoit Pouliot. Demers is checked with his stick, comes out of the hands of Oscar Klefbom. Horkoff, wrist shot, and juggled it just for a second, did Richard Bachman. He had Hemsky right there looking for the rebound.
Quick on the bench, the boys were to get the stick out to Oscar Klefbom, but that still set up Sean Horkoff for just to spin around, pivot around that puck, and try to wheel it with the shot. Sean Horkoff against his old team. There it is, last time in December, and then in the shootout, he was the guy who won it. Well, that's a great release, and that's what you should do in the shootout. Shoot that puck real quick. No hit for Ben Scrivens. He was the hero that night for the Dallas Stars.
December 21st, a 6-5 victory. They won 3-2 November 25th in Dallas. One shot for the Stars on that power play. They are now 0 for 3. Under 7.5 minutes to go in regulation time. Horkoff centering pass broken up by Marincin. Eakin plays it back to the point, but it got by Goligoski. He wanted to change, and does. Cody Eakin at center. Stopped by Hall. Eberle helping out. He'll play it back to Schultz. Schultz and Ollie on the blue line. Keith Ollie up the middle, tipped in by Hall. Lettman might have thought that was icing, but it wasn't. Hall gets away from Nemeth, gives it to Eberle. Up top here is Pouliot shot, and a pad save by Corey Lettman. Hall, Eberle, Pouliot out there now as Hall got knocked down. Nemeth ties him up. Eberle plays it back to the point. Good play by Schultz to keep it in. He'll fire it into a corner. Hall lifts the stick of Nemeth, gets the puck out in front for Pouliot. He scores. Great pass from Taylor Hall to Benoit Pouliot. It's 3-0 Edmonton.
Well, Mark Spector talked about Taylor Hall and how he is playing. He and Louis DeBrusk talked about Taylor itching to get back in. This is one hard-working shift, and number 4 led the way. Hard-working along the boards. Terrific work by Jordan Eberle as well. He was involved in that cycle. They kept the puck alive down low. They wasted some time off the clock. And then Benoit Pouliot jumps in, reads that perfectly. And Taylor Hall is so good at this. That little move out to create his own passing lane. Slides it to the stick. Easy put away. And it's 3-zip, baby. Wow.
Benoit Pouliot setting a career high in goals. He's got 17 on the season. Hall and Schultz get the helpers at 13-32. And Taylor Hall with a 4-game point streak in the 4 games since returning from injury. Yakupov turns, lets it go. It goes wide. Marincin at the point. Marincin fakes the shot. Now he will dish off to Purcell. Shot didn't make it through, and back the other way comes Jason Spezza. Spezza to Ben. Ben for Sagan. Yakupov hustling back. Laurentian wants to relieve the pressure, sends that down the ice. Did not get a favorable bounce, but it is still not icing. 5 minutes, 35 seconds left to go here in regulation time. Ritchie cutting for the net. Ritchie couldn't get the shot away. Thrown towards the cage by Jason Demers. Miller back the other way. Miller got Lander catching up. Here is Lander. Lets the shot go. Lettinen the save. Lander gets the rebound to Hall. Taylor Hall circles the net. Schultz steps into a blast. Lettinen makes the save and he'll hang on. Benoit Pouliot, career high. 9 points in his last 8 games. Outstanding play, outstanding results. Brought to you by RE/MAX. Outstanding agents, outstanding results.
The fourth key to the game was help out the new guy, and the new guy, Richard Bachman, in that. Not really new, he's been around, but he's been a good soldier, and he has been outstanding tonight, a very good goaltender tonight. He has been solid, he's moved effectively well, very efficient in his moving, calmed down, not a lot of second chances. Heck of a save off of Ales Hemsky on the breakaway, stopped Sean Horkoff in the slot. So far, outstanding play, outstanding results, outstanding work by Richard Bachman.
Just over 5 minutes left to go here in regulation time. Hall plays it back to the point. Schultz gives it back to Hall. He'll play it behind the cage. Waiting there is Andrew Miller. Miller taken to the boards by McKenzie. Curtis McKenzie plays it around the board. Schultz stepping up on Horkoff, who gave it away to Lander. Lander to Miller. Miller turns, fires a blast, and there is Lettinen to make the save.
Back pain sucks. We've all had it. So get up, move. You'll feel better. Remember, staying active is better for your back.
By shopping at Safeway, Kelly Dearman of Edmonton has won the Hoover Air cordless vacuum courtesy of Safeway and Kellogg's cereal. And thanks to Edmonton's third goal tonight, it is Kelly who is going home with a prize on Benoit Pouliot's 17th goal of the season. 27-25 now the shots as Hemsky works his way in. Hemsky feeds it in front of Ollie, and Buckman was still there to make the save. Now he makes another save. This time off of Patrick Eaves. Ollie to Eberle. Eberle gets stopped, but the puck does come out to center. Eaves clears it back in. Spezza's got to get out of the zone. Dallas Stars will be in Vancouver on Saturday. Then they'll go home to play Calgary on Monday. The Oilers start their final road trip of the season that is longer than one game. They'll go to Colorado on Monday, Anaheim on Wednesday. Then it's into LA on Thursday, and we'll have all those games for you.
Speedo, buddy.
Ben. That's intercepted by Yakupov. Davidson to Schultz. Schultz flips it to an open wing. 3:47 left to go. Schultz bangs that puck out. Yakupov looking for it. Derek Roy at center now. Gives it to Teddy Purcell, but Neil Yakupov did not clear the zone in time.
Well, one of the reasons the Oilers are winning like they are in March and playing as well as they are is they put the puck in the net. They're playing a little bit more free. Third in the league in the most goals per game in March. It's 3.09 on average. And those other teams, Lightning, Jets, Flames, well, with 3 of the 4 teams are in the playoffs. You've got to hand it to Todd Nelson. You know, he's got these guys playing with a little bit of energy, and you mentioned the word. Got them playing free.
And if you're going to score against the Dallas Stars in the third period, because they have given up the third most third period goals. Opportunity now. Could it be? No. Hold down. Will it be for the kid? Yes. Andrew Miller. An opportunity for his first NHL goal.
Oh, my goodness. Now, Andrew Miller's got jets. Todd Nelson said the kid can downright fly getting up the ice. He goes to cut in. He gets the hook from Jordy Ben. And everybody's looking for the penalty shot. You really don't want to cheer for anybody. You know, you were supposed to be, objective. But come on, kid. Put it away, man.
2 assists against Colorado. And now an opportunity for his first NHL goal. Andrew Miller against Kari Lettinen. Miller scores! And there it is! Andrew Miller, his first NHL goal.
like he's been there 100 times before. Comes in slow. Watch how big Kari Lehtonen makes himself. Boom! Up over the glove. A heck of a shot. A heck of a goal over a heck of a goaltender. 4-0. Andrew Miller has cracked this place wide open, and the crowd is buzzing.
16:40, the time of the goal for Andrew Miller, who now has 3 points in 2 games.
They won't be cutting that puck in half.
Wrap the tape around that one.
The Oilers goal, his first in the National
The Oilers with a 4-0 lead. Christy Weeb of Leduc shopped at Safeway on behalf of Safeway and Kellogg Cereal. You have won the Legostina 10-piece cookware set on the first goal in the National Hockey League for Andrew Miller.
Anton Landers right beside him with the big smile. So's Nail Yakupov. They're happy for him.
That will more than make up for the fact that his college team lost today.
I would think so. I love you, Yale, but guess what I just did? One over the shoulder of Kari Lehtonen.
Alashevsky gets it to Patrick Eaves. Drop pass, and there is a shot by Demers, stopped by Bachman. One piece of business left to take care of. 29 shots for the Stars, 25 for the Oilers. 2:40 on the clock. The Oilers trying to snap a 6-game losing streak here at Rexall against the Stars. Sevier can't keep it in. Yakupov dumps that puck into the opposite corner. Pete Nemeth checked by Teddy Purcell. Vern Fiddler trying to dig it loose. That comes to Yuki Yokapaka. Antoine Roussel, pass for Sevier, was behind him. Horkoff catches up. He is checked immediately by Derek Roy, and Roy sends that slowly down into Dallas territory. That will allow a line change. Now guess who's back on the ice? Andrew Miller, along with Hall and Anton Lander. Hall doing the work again. Hall from the corner. Goligoski lost it temporarily, but now it comes to McKenzie. He was back checked. Horkoff brings it in. Schultz gathers it up. Schultz lost it to Horkoff. Gets it back again. Gives it to Miller. Miller makes the play and gets it down the ice. Under a minute and a half left to go here in the third period. Goligoski gains the line. Flips it in. Schultz plays it to Eberle. Gets by Nugent Hopkins. Quick shot there by Ritchie. Deflected into the corner. Eberle will play it around to Davidson. Brandon Davidson waiting for it. He will give it to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins leads the rush for Edmonton with less than a minute to go. Ryan Nugent Hopkins put a shot on to Kari Lehtonen. Down to 52 seconds. Eberle centering pass, and it's picked off by Patrick Eaves. Eaves lost it to Clefbaum. Eberle brings it back in with Nugent Hopkins. Eberle cuts for the net around Klingberg. He's got Pouliot out in front. He'll go all the way across. The Heat waits. Now he'll fire a shot that's blocked. Pouliot picks it up behind the net. Pouliot from the corner. Pouliot to Clefbaum. Oscar Clefbaum takes a look, takes his time, gets it to Pouliot in the middle. He will play it into the corner. We're down to 22 seconds. Pouliot. Centering pass picked off there by Alashevsky. Hemsky's got to wait for the Stars to make a change. He will dump it in and head off. The countdown begins on Fan Appreciation Night here at Rexall. Standing as they watch the Edmonton Oilers defeat the Dallas Stars by the score of 4-0. And Richard Bachman's first win as an Edmonton Oiler is a shutout. His last shutout, December 13th, 2011. His last win was April of 2013 against San Jose. He's got the victory tonight with a shutout.
It's a really nice moment for Richard Bachman, who has worked incredibly hard since he has been brought up from OKC to replace the injured Victor Foss. Incredible night for Richard. Fantastic night for Andrew Miller. a really good night for the fans on Fan Appreciation Night.
Let's take a look at the play of the game. Brought to you as always by Rogers. Live like never before.
It's got to be this, right? Our play of the game has got to be the moment that the roof almost came off of this place. Andrew Miller on the penalty shot. Kid's got a chance to score his first NHL goal. Doesn't like he's been there 100 times before. Over the shoulder of Kari Lehtonen. Fans loved it. And that's a great shot. And Andrew Miller, big smile on his face, and what a nice moment.
The Oilers win their 14th game at home and snap a 6-game losing streak against Dallas here at Rexall.